it's Vicky. I'm going to walk you through our third activity in our Woolly Family activity bag. This one is felted soap. So what you need for this one is your little pantyhose sock, a piece of soap, bar of soap, and whatever color wool you want to play with this time. Okay? So, as I've said before, we're going to pull our roving apart, and I'm going to pull off about, probably close to about 12 inches. I'm going to pull it apart again, and I'm going to pull it apart again. And what I want to do, I've said before, we need to fluff up our wool. This time we're going to try to keep it in a strip, but we are going to pull it apart a little bit. Because again, in some of those little areas, the wool is kind of tight, and we want those to kind of fluff out a little bit. I take my soap, and I'm going to wrap it up one direction. And I'm going to take another piece of roving and wrap it the other direction, kind of making a little snuggy blankie for our wool, for our soap. And I'm going to just dip it in water and kind of just try to stick it together a little bit. Now, when we made our felt ball, we added soap to our water. We have the soap, it's inside here, so we don't need to worry about that step. This is a little bit tricky. We're going to pull our little pantyhose down, and we're going to carefully put it inside, put our little felted soap inside, and then we're going to tie a little bit of a knot. It's not really, that part's not really important. You just want to get that guy in there. And now we're going to dip it in the water again. And now, rather than roll it around in our hands like we did for our felt ball, we're just going to rub it on all sides. And we're just going to keep rubbing it. If you roll it, you can roll it around like this in your hand, but if you keep rolling it hard like we did with the felt ball, you might rub that wool off. So we're just trying to kind of gently give it a little pat and a rub. And again, we're outside because it is getting a little bit messy. You can actually squeeze out some of that soap. And if it feels like it's drying out in your hands, then you want to dip it back in the water again. But the more we rub it, the tighter it's going to get. The really fun thing about a finished felted soap project is that it kind of gives you a washcloth and a bar of soap all in one. So you can use it to kind of scrub your skin, and also, you get clean. And the other fun part is, as the soap disappears, that ball gets tighter and tighter, and you are left with just the wool eventually. It helps protect the soap so that it lasts longer. So it's just kind of a fun project. They make really great gifts too if you're interested in making some gifts for people. And it's really fun to take them camping because then you don't have to worry about a washcloth and a bar of soap. Again, I'm just going to rinse off my hands a little bit and squeeze it out. When we're all done, we're going to take it out of the little pantyhose and we're just going to let it dry. That's probably the hardest part, is that it does take a long time for that to dry, because we've really saturated that wool. In our last project, we do something with needles, the needle felting. And the other fun thing you can do when you're all done is very gently add details to your felted soap with your needle. But as I said in that tutorial, that needle is very delicate on the end, and the soap is very hard. So if you push too hard, might break off your needles. You just have to be super careful, but it's really fun. You can add flowers, or you can add yarn to it to make a different design. So it's just another way of making this project kind of fun and special. All right, should we check to see what it looks like inside? The other good thing about this project is if you find that there are little bits of your soap sticking out, you can always add more wool to your project. You can also mix your colors. So if I wanted to, I could have gone one direction with one color and another direction with another color. So there's just so many different ways to be creative with this project. So what do you think? This is the part where you have to be patient and let it dry, but you can see that that wool has now formed over the soap and giving us a piece of felted soap. Thanks everybody. I hope you're enjoying these. You have a couple more to watch. Thanks.